Good morning, you guys. Welcome back to my channel. So I wanted to talk to you guys real quickly before I have to go to work about something I left out about how God blessed me. I don't know why I left it out, but I just wanted to give God the full glory that is due Him. So I wanted to explain. This is like a part 2 to how my video that I'll link down below, the demons tried to steal my blessing and failed. This is part of the blessing God gave me, and I don't know why I left it out. But so in 2 weeks, I was praying for the end of the month, which was 2 weeks, that God would bless me with $4,000 or more, and He did before the end of the month hit, and I started praying like 2 weeks before the end of the month. So God moved miraculously, but God lined it up where I got the blessing. So I used to be, if you guys haven't followed my channel that long, I was active duty Air Force up until last February, and God took me out and gave me a new job that I can't delve too much into the specifics. I can try to link my testimony video in Rumble down below on the full situation of how God delivered me from the military. But yes, I was in the military almost 10 years, like 8 years in 4 months. So it was all I knew from high school. And when you get out of the military, you can file something called disability. And it's if you've gotten any injuries in the military, you can file for disability claim through the VA, which is like called Veterans Affairs. And they usually have offices in every town, I think, and veterans can go to these places or right before they're leaving the military and bring the medical documents to verify, yeah, I had these injuries and everything. And then if they approve it, they give you a percentage of money for disability every single month. So I processed that while right after I left the military, and it took like months, like 6 to 8 months. And I had little fractures here and there, but my main thing I put in disability for was tinnitus and plantar fasciitis. If you guys don't know what that is, plantar fasciitis is where there's a ligament from the ball of your foot that connects to the middle of your foot that moves your foot every time you walk or run. And this is common in runners. If you run a lot, maybe you've had this issue. That ligament starts to tear because of the stress, and it takes months and months to heal. And the longer you keep running on it, the more it tears, and it's excruciating pain. I thought it was like some weird type of shin splint at first, but then it got more painful to the point where I could barely walk. And this was when I was stationed in Kadena Air Force Base, Okinawa, Japan. And I was there for like 7 years, guys. I'm more Japanese than I am American at this point. I remember when I came back to the States, I was shocked that I wasn't a minority anymore. I got used to it, you know. But anyway, yeah, so I had that issue, and that has come and gone for years. And I actually had to get professional insoles created for my foot to stop me from getting plantar fasciitis recurring. And I still got it every now and then. So in one pair, and I got this at a professional running company on Okinawa, Japan, and it costs like $400 a pair. No joke, it's really expensive. But I have one pair for my work boots and one pair for my running shoes. So I had that done to me in the military, and I also developed tinnitus because I would go out in the flight line almost every day for 4 years straight. Every other day, not like every day. I would be loading explosives in the fighter jets, and the jets would be flying past not too far from where I would be working, and then the pilots would come off the runway after their flight routines, and they would drive the jets right past the spot that I would be loading explosives, and the force of the sound would just shatter your ears. We had to work. I used like the big Ear Pro, but I don't know if I used the Ear Pro properly. I don't know, because I still lost my hearing. I remember that jet was coming toward me one day, and all of a sudden I stopped hearing. Like both of my ears went completely deaf. Like I couldn't hear anything. And I was even freaking out, tapping my ears because I stopped hearing. And it turned out I had a double ear infection as well as tinnitus developed at the same time. So I completely lost hearing for a minute straight while I was on the flight line, and this jet was literally driving past me full blast. Not full blast, but it was extremely loud. And ever since then, I've had bad ringing of the ears. And if I sing over a certain decimal, my ears will become, they'll start like going in and out of my hearing, and they become super fuzzy. So I can't listen to music or certain things, or I can't sing over a certain like decimal. So those are the main issues that I had in the military. I've fractured a couple toes, stuff like that, fingers. But the two main things was tinnitus and plantar fasciitis. So I put my medical documents in. When you leave the military, they give you all your medical information, all your information, and you take that to the VA office, whoever's doing your case, to file a claim. So I gave them all the information, and it took months, and I finally heard back from the VA, and I went to all these doctor's appointments, and they only gave me 10% disability, and they completely left out my plantar fasciitis issue that was well documented, and I gave them the information. They completely left it out, and all that they recorded was little fractures and my tinnitus, and the main things were tinnitus and plantar fasciitis. So I'm like, they left it out. So if you guys don't know, you can get a percentage from 10% all the way to 100%, and that's if like you got injured in battle, like you got limbs amputated. It depends on the severity of how bad your injuries sustained in the military are. So yeah, I only got 10%, which is like $190 a month, and my rent's like $725. So for months I was struggling, and the Lord was providing for me to keep a roof over my head. God blessed me every single month financially, and it was a big faith growing experience, because one thing I knew, that I had a problem with that full faith. This might not be a problem for someone else. We all, some of us have weak points, and mine was having total faith in God for providing for me. So God would purposely make me wait certain times of the month to get blessed. Like I would have rent overdue, and he would still make me wait. So I would grow my faith in this area. And this went on for like 5 months. I don't know how long. I had no means to pay my rent, because I was living off of the money that I had in savings to pay my rent. And when it ran out, I had to trust God, because I had no other option. And unfortunately, God has to place us in that situation to finally get us to have faith in him. So we come to the end of our resources, and he is literally the only way out of your situation. And God's done that to me many times, because I've been so stubborn in the area of faith, and I thank God for having mercy on me. So for months, I didn't call the VA to tell them that they didn't do my paperwork correctly, and I was just pushing it off, and I was barely getting money. And one day I was like, you know what? I need to get this fixed. So I looked up to see how I can refile a claim saying that they didn't do it correctly. And I kid you not, the website I was on, it kept saying error, like error. And a lot of the times when the devil is trying to attack me, he won't let certain things go through. Like if he doesn't like some of these videos, like literally I was trying to upload the video about the demons try to steal my blessing. My internet started going haywire. I paid my bills. I checked. I was like, well, maybe I have a late bill. No, it was paid. It kept cutting in and out, and eventually it just cut off. My internet wouldn't load. I couldn't use the television. I couldn't do anything. And by a miracle of God, I was able to upload that video still when the internet kept cutting in and out. So the devil does that a lot. And maybe you guys have noticed that when you're getting blessed, like someone sent me money on PayPal to bless me. I couldn't even get it out because PayPal kept saying error, and that doesn't normally happen. So sometimes the devil attacks me like that. And in this instance, I don't know if it was the devil or God, because God was working behind the scenes to fix my situation. I prayed to God that he would fix my VA claim, because I only got 10% only for tinnitus. And if you look up how the percentage of what people get for plantar fasciitis alone, it's a lot more than that. So I'm like, okay, I'm getting cheated out of money here. Like I need help. And I need help with rent. And, but I kept saying error, and I was frustrated, and that was like a month ago, I think, maybe longer. And And then I kind of forgot about it, and then I was praying about it again, and then that's when I started asking God for over $4,000. And I didn't know that God was going to use the VA claim to do it. I had no idea. And then boom, the VA gave me over $4,700, and that was back pay from them doing my claim incorrectly. And I got it all at once, and it was amazing. And not only that, guys, God fixed my VA claim. The percentage went from 10% to like 40%. And this is completely God, because my rent's $725, and guess how much my VA money is every single month for disability? $731. Enough to pay all my rent. This was God, guys. So I just hope this blesses you guys even more to have faith in God. The times we're coming in, we have to have ultimate faith in the Lord. And the Bible says without faith, it is impossible to please him. And the Lord knows how hard that was for me to get, to understand that and to actually apply it to my life and not just say it, you know. So have strong faith in God in this time. And let's not be like the Israelites when they complained against God, when they didn't believe that God would deliver them, even though they saw the Red Sea parting, they saw all these miracles happen, they still complained against God, still didn't believe in him. And I know personally that I've done that at times. I've been the Israelites. I've been all the worst in people in the Bible. I've done everything that they've done too, and by God's grace and mercy, he's forgiven me. So when you're tempted to complain, instead of complaining, pray with thanksgiving and faith that God's going to do it for you according to his will and purpose for your life. I hope this blesses you guys, and keep looking up, because Jesus is coming back. Bye.
When you were born, your mama said, the Lord bless you and keep you. Everything that you do, take heart. When you were 8, your daddy said, never take your life for granted. Believe in second chances, my love. When the world spins madly on, remember that you belong. You are strong, you are brave, you are all you're meant to be. Everything you ever dreamed